Hello class, here is a lesson about scatterplot, line of best fit, and then we're also going to look at linear regressions on the next lesson. But I'll try to make one video since it's all related together, okay? So the first thing that I want you to understand is the word scatterplot. Scatterplot is when you have a coordinate plane like this, and then you have points on the graph. It's not, let me actually just go to the next page and show you. This is a scatter plot. It doesn't have a line graph, but it has all these points on it. That's as far as I will talk about what a scatter plot is. The second thing is a line of best fit. So what we want to do here is we want to take, I'm just going to stay on this page. We're going to take the equations of lines that we have here, and we're going to see which one best fits my scatter plot. Obviously, I cannot draw a line connecting all the dots. You would not get a line, but we're going to see which one goes through it. So you can use Desmos to graph the lines. I will go ahead and do it manually since we know how to graph linear equations. Okay? So let's go ahead and graph line A. So for line A, you can see that the y-intercept is at 3, so I'm going to find 3 on here, put a point there, and then I have a slope of 2, and this is basically 2 over 1, so it's up 2 over 1. That looks good. And if I want to go the other directions, I'm going to do it down 2, and then to the left 1, down 2, and to the left 1. I think we found our answer. It looks like A is our answer because all the points are there. But as I'm drawing this line, I just want to quickly just make a note that there's a lot of questions on the SOL that are fairly easy, and I would like for you guys to get them correct. So with that said, I want you to pretty much try all of them, okay? So here is, why is it taking me so long to just graph this line? Anyway, I am going to connect these dots. There you go. It looks like that line is fitting all of those points on there. I just also want to mention that I can eliminate C because I do want to go through all of them because it looks like it's a negative slope. So if I were to graph this, the line would go down somewhere. But you can see that all of my points are going up. That's that. Same with D. I can go ahead and eliminate D because same thing. It has a negative slope. My points are going up, so that's not going to work. So why not? Let's just check B, and it's a good way to show you why it's not B. So here I have a y-intercept of 3 right there again, and the slope is 2 over 1, rise over run. So up 1 and over 2. See how it's going off the scatter plot? It doesn't really match. Down 1 and over 2. And it's actually way off. So I'm going to go ahead and say no for that one. But I think it is important for you to see why it's a no for this. So anyway, our answer is A. The next question, I do want to do it using Desmos because we have Desmos here. I'm just going to graph the line and just kind of ballpoint where I think which line would work. I do also want to just quickly look at the slope here. So the slope here, it does seem to be rising. It's going up. And this one has a negative slope. Remember that your coefficient for x is your slope. So I think I can go ahead and eliminate that. I can go ahead and eliminate D as well. So it looks like it's either A or C. This equation does look a little different only because there is not a y-intercept written. But if we can know that the y-intercept is just 0. We don't write it, but it's there. So it looks like the y-intercept is 0. This one also has a y-intercept of 0, so it could be either of them. It all depends on the slope. So for this one, for A, my slope is, my slope is 4 over 1. So start at your y-intercept, up 4 and over 1. We can quickly see that that is not going to work. It looks like the slope is, well, it's a little higher, so it's steeper. So I will go ahead and draw this line. Definitely not a good fit. So it's got to be C. But, you know, I'll check. So again, start from your y-intercept at 0, up 1 and over 1, 2, 3, 4. That's much better. Down 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. I'm going to graph this, change the color, and that is much better. It's fitting my points much better. That is what it means to find the line of best fit. Now, I'm going to go to the next lesson here. Give me a second. So for this one, linear regression, which is your vocabulary word, I'm going to highlight it here. Regression. Regression is the process of finding an equation or finding the line of best fit. In the previous examples, I gave you some equations to try, and we tried them and found our answers. But in this lesson, we need to be able to write an equation of a line. Just a reminder that when we are writing a linear equation, we know that you write it in this form: y equals mx plus b. You know that if you replace the m, if you replace the b, we have the equation. Now, there's other ways you can do this, but the best way is Desmos, okay? It just takes a long time if you were to do this by hand. We're not going to do that. So, here are the instructions for Desmos. The first thing you're going to do is you need to be able to enter all of this data in Desmos. So to do that, we're going to press the Add Item, the plus button, and then we're going to choose Table. And then we're going to plug in our values. So the top here are going to be my x values. So it looks like it's at 0. I like to preferably add all of my x values: 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and then I don't know why I'm saying all this. But anyway, there's my y values: 81, 79, 30 goes to 68, and so on. Also, I should show you that as I'm entering the data, Desmos is graphing my scatter plot for me. Okay? So it's nice to see it being plotted as I'm typing. There you go. So there's my scatter plot, and I need to be able to write a linear equation that goes through most of these points. Now, some things to think about. I can expect my slope to be negative, and my y-intercept, I would say it's about maybe 90 or so, but we'll see. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to type in your linear regression form in Desmos. Now this is where students probably make a lot of mistakes, so just watch how I do it. You're going to go ahead and type y1, I'll do it on the screen here, y1, and there you go. Desmos is going to read these numbers, and then we're going to ask it to build a regression. So for regression function, we're going to go to, it's not in function, what am I saying? It's here in ABC, and then if you scroll down, it's right there under the B and the N, okay? The little tilde. You can also find it on your keyboard. So y1 regressed against m, which is our slope, x1, because you want it to match these values over here, okay? It's building an equation, but we need to say plus b, and there is that. There's the equation of the line. Here are the values for m and b right here. So I'm going to go ahead and write my equation here. So you have here y equals slope, which is negative 1.07. I'm going to round it to the nearest tenth. X plus b plus 92. That's a good guess for me. I said 90. 92.87. There's my line of best fit. Sometimes we call the line of best fit a prediction equation because it helps us to predict other values that are not on my table. For example, the next part says, sorry, I'm trying to get my highlighter a different color. Estimate the average temperature for a city with a latitude of 48. So basically what we have here is we want to see what my y value is when my x value is at 48. So my latitude is at 48. You notice that there's no value for 48 here, but we know that 48 is somewhere here. So we need to find the y value for it. Well, that's going to be easy because all we have to do here is take my x value and plug it in for my x in my equation, my prediction equation. So I'm just going to do that in decimals. So you have here negative 1.07 times my x value of 48. That is my answer.